Yes, Deepak, welcome. Welcome to the webinar. We will start in a short while as soon as more candidates join. Okay?
Okay, sir.
So, good afternoon, everybody. A warm welcome to all of you, and so nice of you to join this webinar at sharp on time, before time actually, right?
Good
Yes.
afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Hetri, Deepak, and Raj. So, I guess we should start the ball rolling, right? So before we move ahead with our topic, I would like to ask something from you. So what is it in IELTS that scares you the most? Deepak, anything in IELTS that is scary
The timer, mostly the timer.
while writing and reading?
Yes, while reading, while listening.
While reading, listening, and writing, right? So the
Yes,
timer. Okay. Listening anyhow is quite well timed, so I don't think timer should be an issue over there. But reading and writing can be tough if you are every now and then focused on the timing. So we'll discuss it. Timing is one of the main features of today's webinar. Well said. Yes, Hedvig, what do you find scary in IELTS?
The thing that I find scary is cue card.
You cut that is in the speaking. Okay. So that is also something which is the main feature of today's webinar. So we're discussing that a little bit, right?
Yes,
Later
sir.
on. And what about you, Braj?
Writing, sir.
Writing. Okay. Again, that is one of the main features. So we'll be discussing that, right? So, okay. So let me begin. Let me share another screen with you, right? Yes, students are joining in. Yes, everybody. Yes, Shivani, welcome. Good afternoon. Welcome to the webinar, right? Shivani, I have been asking everybody a question. What scares you in IELTS? So can I ask you the same question? What is scary for the students in IELTS? Okay. So first of all, I would like to share with you this screen. Okay. Is the screen sharing on? So see, this is the IELTS ORG website. Okay. Now, I'd just like to highlight some points out of it. There's a lot on this website, but I'd just like to highlight a few things which will help you prepare a better roadmap. Okay, everybody clear? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So I hope you can see what is there, right? So first of all, what is IELTS? As you know, that it is a language testing system, international English language testing system. And why do we have this test? To help you work, study, or migrate to a country where English is the native language. So the visa authority or the immigration authority of that country, as well as the education institutions or the employers of that country, they need you to be proficient in English. So proficient means what? You are well versed. You have command of the language. You can deal with the language. All these aspects are part of proficiency, right? And which are the English speaking countries that have accepted IELTS? Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the UK, the USA. Okay, and the list is keeping on adding, right? There are many more countries who are again going to accept that. Okay. So you also know that IELTS gives you a scorecard, right? Which has a band score from 1 to 9. Okay, fine. So I guess all of you are taking the IELTS for the purpose of study abroad, right? Am I right? Yes, welcome Jeff
Yes,
again.
sir.
Right. Okay. So let me just tell you what you are aiming for. I guess if you're going for Canada, earlier the requirement was overall 6.5, no individual band score less than 6. But now that has been relaxed a little bit. What is the relaxation? That in one module you can have 5.5, still you'll be able to apply to the SDS, right? Student direct stream, right? That is the new latest change that IELTS has brought about, right? The Canadian government has brought about for IELTS. So what is band 5? Band 5 is a modest user. What does it mean? That this person has partial command of the language. And so what can this person do? He can cope with the overall meaning in most situations, right? But makes many mistakes. Okay? He is able to handle basic communication in their own field. If I am a garage mechanic, I'll be able to handle the communication in a garage, okay, but not elsewhere. So from modest user, we move to competent user, band level 6, band 6. So this person has an effective command of the language. Okay, what kind of command? Effective. Okay, so how does it differs partial? And here you have effective command. So despite some inaccuracies, inappropriate usage and misunderstanding, they can understand and use fairly complex language, particularly in familiar situations. That's why earlier the colleges were asking for what? That no band, no module score should be less than 6. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So band 7 is a good user, means you have operational command of the language. I hope you are able to see the screen, right? And what I am highlighting.
Yes, sir.
An operational command, though with occasional inaccuracies, inappropriate usage, and misunderstanding, generally handle complex language well. Complex language means the language of cause, effect, reason. Okay. So if someone asks me, do you like ice cream? I would say, yes, I love ice cream, but I'm not fond of fancy flavors. I usually prefer plain vanilla. Okay. And then if somebody asks me, can you explain why Indian people love ice cream? So can you explain? So now I have to explain why Indian people love ice cream. So that will require complex language. The first answer doesn't require complex language. Second answer required. So that only a band 7 user can do, not a band 6 user. Fairly complex, they can handle, but generally complex language, they cannot handle. What about band 8? Very good user. Fully operational command of the language, right? Only occasional unsystematic inaccuracies or inappropriacies. Sorry, sorry for the disturbance. Okay, let us go ahead. And see, what is the difference? They handle complex and detailed argumentation well. So someone who is at my level, I can handle complex argumentation and detailed argumentation well. But I do make occasional unsystematic inaccuracies. Right? Why? Because I live in a non-English speaking environment. Hello, are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And then finally we have expert user, fully operational. See, both are at the same level, right? So the difference between these two is no errors. Totally appropriate, accurate, fluent, and complete understanding. This person makes some errors. Hello, are you getting it? Now, what I want to say is all of you, regardless of Gujarati medium, English medium, this and that, you are all knowing English at this level. You know English at this level. The problem is don't use English. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That is why you find English difficult. Okay. So if you start using English, then you can definitely score 7 or even higher. Hello. Are you getting this? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. So let us move back to our main topic of the day. So speaking cue card is scary, right? Then writing is scary. Then timing is scary, right? Normal fears of all the students. Hello, are you with me, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Now we will see how to overcome that. I hope nobody is asking for permission because I am handling the presentation as well as admitting students. Okay, fine. So we will burst many of these myths and then give you a roadmap. So the webinar won't go long, at the most 20 minutes. Is that okay? Then we'll have more time to answer your questions. So in the meanwhile, you can frame your questions. Right, everybody?
Okay, sir.
Let us go ahead. So this is how we will be progressing. There are 5 main myths that we will be taking over, and then I will give you some strategies and a roadmap how you can achieve a high value. Everybody good with this? Okay. So see, many people feel that there are some native speakers who have an advantage. But I tell you, the people of Australia and many places in England and US as well as Canada, their English is horrible, even if they are native speakers. Not everybody has this pronounced way of speaking or using English. Why? Because in day-to-day life, we just make do our job with what? Slang language. Hello, right?
Yes, sir.
Even in Gujarat or even in Maharashtra, any place you go, people don't use proper language. What do they use? Slang. So it's very easy to understand. Not a big deal at all. Then costly courses are needed. Okay, I've heard a person who is in New Delhi and that person charges 3 lakh, that is 300,000 rupees for a 3 months course of IELTS. Now, I don't know whether it is true or not, but he guarantees everybody a band of higher than 7. Hello. Okay. So he might be
Okay.
giving something in return. Okay, but that is not necessary. English is something which we can easily learn. We'll discuss a little bit more about that. Then memorization is the key. On the contrary, it is a pitfall. Memorization is a big pitfall. I'll discuss that a bit in detail later on. Timing doesn't matter. Like Deepak has a problem with timing. Timing matters. And how to overcome this timing difficulty, we'll discuss a little bit in detail. And grammar is the key. Yes, grammar is the key, but not in the sense that students take it. Okay, what students feel as if grammar is, I have to learn the rules of the tenses, I have to learn the rules of preposition. Grammar doesn't mean learning the rules. So we'll discuss a little bit more about it, right?
Right, sir.
Okay, so let us start with the first thing. So achieving a band 7 plus. So why have we targeted this band 7? As you saw in the last slide, band 7 is a very well-defined band. Okay, hello, can you see? Band 7, did you see everybody? It is quite well-defined, good user.
Yes,
Band 8 depends on band 7 for its definition. And same thing about 9. Okay, 6 also depends upon 7. So 7 is a very consistent band score. Okay, and everybody, because your inherent level, you have learned so much English in school, your level is already 7 in knowing English. Hello, you don't have to know English. Now you have to start using it. Okay, that's why particularly we are targeting on band 7. So initially, when you start your IELTS journey, it is always advisable that you take a diagnostic test so you can know your level. Then you can get into counseling. Okay. Then design your study for your desired band score. Don't just go to this class expecting that you will come to know something. You have to go prepared with what is it that you want to know. So be in touch with your guide. He will always help you set your course correct. Even big ships, they have to set their course every now and then. Are we on the right track? Are we on the right track? Okay, the captain and everybody is constantly monitoring that course. So we also have to monitor our progress. Okay, let us tackle the first myth. Native speakers have an advantage. As I told you, it's not true. Why is it not true? Because not all native speakers are good in using the language, right? And on the contrary, there are many non-native speakers who are very good, exceptionally good with the language. That is why we have a band 9. Are you getting it? So you have to forget about this native speakers advantage. A similar myth that is going on in the marketplace is that English medium students they can score, other vernacular medium students they cannot score. That is also a myth. In my observation, students from Gujarati, Marathi medium, and Bengali medium they have done exceptionally well. Hello, exceptionally well means getting scores like 8.5 or 9 in reading and listening, and 7.5 or 7 in speaking and writing. Hello, are you with me?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is also a myth that you should not believe in. Okay, so who scores? Whether you're native or non-native, whether you're studying English medium or Gujarati, Marathi, Bengali, or any other medium, what is the key to scoring? The key to scoring is adopting the language, receiving the language well, and then being able to produce the language. So if you focus on the core language abilities, you will be able to score well. Why? Because the score is a reflection of your user level. If you use English well, you will get 7. Are you getting the key, master key?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. For that, you will have to design some preparation plan. So always get in touch with your guide or your coach, and that coach can design your specific preparation plan. So if you want to have a better grip over grammar, what you should do in grammar, I will recommend you always go with Raymond Murphy's Essential English Grammar, which is a Cambridge University publication. Okay, because it is based on grammar use, not grammar rules. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, everybody, I hope you are with me. Okay, let us go ahead. Costly courses. How many of you know friends who have taken up costly IELTS preparation programs? Anybody who knows? Oh, go to that person, that classes. They charge 30,000, but you will get banks. Hello. Does anybody know someone like that? Okay.
No,
So I
sir.
know a lot many people like that. But the end result is nothing. Okay, so the person whom I was talking about, that hearsay person, I don't know whether that person exists or not. So I have heard another thing about that person, that he has a timetable and schedule which students have to work with. The students reach the premises at 9 a.m. sharp. Latecomers are not allowed. But if somebody is paying 3 lakhs, that person will reach on time. Right? So late covers not allowed. 9 a.m. sharp the class starts. The lunch and everything will be served there. That person has made a very lavish classroom, just like a five-star theater. And lunch, everything you will get there. Breaks and snacks and all. And all the activities are lined up that develops your IELTS skills. Are you getting it? So that person focus on skills as well as he has a prep program. The prep program means what? Practice. Okay. Doubt solving, identifying the strengths and weaknesses, and turning the weaknesses into strengths. Okay. So get in touch with your coach and ask, what should I do? Which skill am I lacking? Don't say this question type is a problem. Writing is a problem. Writing is not problem. Can't you write A to Z? Yes. Can't you write spellings? Yes. So writing is not a problem. Okay. Ideas writing requires skills. So those skills you have to catch. Okay. And next myth is memorization. You must memorize vocabulary. You must be having the meaning of words and synonyms at the tip of your tongue. You must know at least 1,000 words. Memorize, memorize, memorize. Memorization is counterproductive. Why? Because memorized language itself fetches a negative band score in the IELTS. Whether you use it in writing, yes, IELTS examiners can know memorized language even in writing, and whether you use it in speaking. Okay, it will bring you a negative score. So there is no point in memorizing. Okay, and in speaking, remember, content is not graded. What is graded is your fluency and coherence, your lexical resources, the grammatical range accuracy, and the pronunciation. Is that clear? Okay,
Yeah,
content will be graded in writing, but not in speaking. Okay, so you have to focus on aspects like fluency, coherence, right? Participating in English conversations. Hello,
yes, sir.
right? My favorite whipping stick, talk in English. Hello, engaging in debates. Okay, all these things are directly related to your IELTS level. Why? Because they build your skills. Memorization doesn't build any skills. Don't go for it. Okay, next is timing. Okay, so you might have even heard me saying that timing is not important. It is not important when you are learning the skills. But if you are going for the exam, if you have booked the exam date and it is approaching, then you have to time yourself. You have to see which are the areas which block you and consume a lot of time. Then you can design strategies with the help of your coach or guide in a way how to overcome that. So if you think that you're slowing down while you're writing, there are many good strategies that you can employ to be able to write fast. Okay. But for that, you have to personally get in touch with your coach or guide. Okay, these things cannot be a general solution for everybody. Okay, you cannot have a quick fix solution for everybody. Every person will require a different strategy, so you have to personalize your steps. Are you getting it? Okay, timing will become important when you declare that you are exam ready and you book a test date. Prior to that, your total focus should be on building the skills. Okay, suppose I give a simple example. If I want to learn pottery, and if I go to the potter and ask him, please teach me pottery. I want to learn how I can make beautiful pots like you do. Okay, so he will give me a potter's wheel. He will say, here, this is the clay. You first knead the clay well. This is how you knead it. Once the clay is kneaded, you take a lump, put it on the wheel, start the wheel, let it rotate, let it get some speed, and then this is the way how you make a pot. And then he will quickly make a pot and put it aside. Now he will tell you, okay, now you do. How much time you will take to make a pot? You won't be able to make one pot in 5 days. Hello. Are you
Yes, sir.
getting that point? Right?
Yes, sir.
But as soon as you make one pot, you get on with the another one, another one, another one, another one, another one. Okay, that skill practice then will slowly make you an expert. And by the end of 2 to 3 months, when you will become an expert, you will be producing pots at the speed of the potter. Okay, the timing can be managed only with expertise. So you have to first develop the skill, and after developing the skill, you have to develop the expertise. Without that, you cannot manage time, right? So see all these things, being ready with a plan of the essay, knowing what to write, all these are parts of becoming an expert. Am I clear, everybody? Should we go ahead?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, okay. Let us go ahead. Now, grammar is the key. So this is a myth. In a way, this is not wrong. But as I said earlier, grammar is different in grammar rules and being able to use grammar. If you can use grammar well, even if you don't know the rule, it doesn't matter. If I can use present perfect tense wherever it is necessary, but don't know what is the rule of present perfect tense, it's okay. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Many people are good with the grammar, but they don't know the nuance, why that is the grammar rule. Their brain simply catches correct grammar. Hello, are you getting it? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So grammar is needed to produce better coherence, cohesion, paraphrasing, being able to express your ideas clearly, having that confidence when you speak and when you write. For all these things, having a mastery of grammar is needed, but not grammar in the sense of what is the rule of past present, what is the rule of past perfect, what is the second conditional, what are how many conditionals are there. All this knowledge is not needed. You should know when to use what. Okay, so the best way to become a very good user of grammar in English is read a lot. Be inquisitive, be curious. Every day try to find out some information about something and then learn it from the internet. Or read a book, read a novel, get involved. Your brain will start picking up grammar. That's why grammar is called parts of speech. What is it called? Parts of speech. Your brain starts identifying the parts of the speech. Subject, verb, object, clause, another subject, phrase. How all of those things can be put together. Are you getting it? So that is
Yes,
the
sir.
okay. Parts of speech is the key rather than the grammar rules. Okay. So what should be your roadmap? So was it good? Do you think we burst the proper myths, or do you think, oh, these were not myths? To my mind, something else was myth. What would you say, Raj, Hetvi, Deepak? Who else has joined the webinar? Welcome, everybody. Yash has joined it. Welcome, welcome. Yes. Do you think we have taken the right myths?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If there are other myths in your mind, do let me know in the question and answer session. We'll tackle them at that time. So what should be your roadmap to band 7? So I will simply say your roadmap is something like riding on two boats at the same time. So one boat is where you are enhancing your language skills. Means you are becoming better in reading comprehension, listening comprehension, receptive areas, and you are becoming better in production areas, writing and speaking. Better means, as you saw, operational, full command of the language. So the command of the language is enhancing. Okay. So your roadmap should be you're developing skills for that you're doing certain activities, but at the same time, you're also focusing on the test preparation. Okay, doing the testing material just to see how much you have progressed and what are the areas that are still bothering you. Nobody can become a language expert by solving n number of tests. Oh, you solve 100 tests and you will get a band 8. That is not possible. Okay. Why? It would be possible if in all of those 100 tests, or at least in 15 of the last tests, that person got band 8. Well, that is a testing material. That material is not designed to teach you anything. Okay, to learn from that material, you will have to start engaging with that passages, with the listening, with the writing. Okay, and that will mean spending a lot of time and getting into depth of the things. So that engagement level you can also get to start reading books, novels, newspapers. Hello, are you getting my point? Develop
Yes,
critical
sir.
thinking, okay,
Yes, sir.
good programs on TED Talks. So all these parts are parts of engaging with the language and becoming good with it. Okay. So two boats at the same time. One is you are doing all these activities which build your skills. Another is you are right on top of your test prep also. Okay. So again, you will have to sit with your coach or guide and design a plan for yourself. What are the things that you will do to enhance your command of the language? And what are the things that you will do so that you are on top of your test prep? Okay. Clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I would say that you should design a 30 to 90-day plan. So if you think that through your diagnostic test you have found out that your level is at 5.5, then you design a 90-day plan. So in 90 days, your level should be at 7 or higher. If you think that you are already good, pretty good, 6 or 6.5 or somewhere, then you should have a 30 days plan. In 30 days, you should make sure, you should ensure that your level is 7 or above. Is that clear? There is no point in wasting a lot of time on IELTS preparation. IELTS is not a subject. Okay, we call it as an exam. Okay, because now that has become the popular nomenclature, exam, IELTS exam. But actually, it is a proficiency test. Is that clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
So be clear about your roadmap. Part of the time you are engaged with developing your language, and part of the time you do the test prep. If you're doing the test prep, remember about the integrated areas of language. Listening precedes speaking, and reading precedes writing. So to develop to be a better speaker, listen to a lot of English, grasp it, then speaking will come. And if you want to be a good writer, read a lot, read good stuff, read stuff that challenge you in critical thinking. Okay, complex stuff. And then you will be surprised that you are also able to produce, write complex stuff. Okay. Okay, so we come to test taking strategies. So in test taking strategies, somebody talked about the timing, somebody talked about the roadblocks in speaking and in writing. So how will you design the test taking strategy? For example, when you are taking the reading test, one of the strategies is if the passage has match headings, do that first. Why? Because in doing that, you would automatically go through the entire passage. So your time will be saved. No need to read the passage first. Straight away go to that question. Hello. Okay. That becomes one of your strategy. Are you getting this idea, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Right. Then skimming, scanning, skip reading, okay, reading for the gist. Okay, all these are part of your strategies to deal with the exam, especially the timing. Okay, you should be so clear with your timings that even if somebody is announcing it again and again, only this many minutes remain, this many minutes have gone by, you should not be bothered about that. You have to be so sure of yourself. Then you can say that it was worthwhile booking a test date. I was prepared. If you're getting disturbed by all these things, then your preparation is not clear, everybody.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So this I have already explained to you, developing language. You will have to write two boards at the same time. So how can you develop your language? So if you want to develop speaking, listen to a lot of engaging audio material. Okay. When you speak, make sure that you always use English. Don't worry about being right or wrong. The main purpose should be your meaning should be conveyed. What is it that you want to say? If you can convey that clearly, it doesn't matter. Okay. If you have got a good study partner, find out a good study partner who can help you, who is also on the IELTS journey, but who is also keen to progress and help you out. So both of the partners can help each other out. Why? Because without hurting the ego, your study partner can tell you, you made a mistake over here. Hello. Okay, sometimes we get hurt. Huh? How come he's pointing me out or she is pointing me out? I made a mistake. Okay, so that should not happen. So it is good that if you can find out a study partner or a group, a small group, cohesive group that is helping each other to improve their language skills. Okay, so with that, I come to the end of the presentation and now I'll be ready for any questions and answers. Have I taken a lot of time or are we right on time? Everybody, are you bored? Hello.
That's
No, sir.
also
Yes. So Jay, you have a question? You want to ask something?
no, sir. No,
Okay, okay. So I would
I
like you.
understand now.
Okay. I would like
Yes, sir. Yes,
uh, I would like you people to ask something so that what even if those who are not present and anybody who sees this recording, they can be helped with it. So ask some questions about your difficulty.
sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, yes, Jay. Go ahead.
Actually, I want to ask something. Uh, I'm good in speaking, but I'm lacking in what we call content. So what should I do for that?
Lacking in content. This is a very
Yeah.
common issue with students. So, see, I
Okay.
will say that it is an excuse. You're not lacking in content. You don't want to speak.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, if you look at it closely, who would lack content? Nobody. If you're talking to a friend about something, suppose if you're discussing an IPL match, then will you be lacking content? No, you won't be lacking
No.
content. You'll keep on talking. Why? Because that is something you want to talk about. Okay. So what you have
Yeah.
to do in this IIT's second part, Q card part, as Hetvi's question was also that she's scared of the Q card part, that every day you have to retell your experiences. You have to share something every day. You have to make it a habit to be willing to speak for more than 2 to 3 minutes on any topic.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
Okay. Well, like any kind of activities which I did or which I want to do in my life, like I have to
Anything,
discuss with.
anything. It could be even something as ordinary as, oh, today when I was coming on my bike, I saw a strange creature crossing my path. I don't know what that creature was. You can start with
Uh,
anything. Are you getting it? But you have to have this habit of speaking on issues, describing, elaborating for at least 2 to 3 minutes. If you don't have the habit, then content formation will always be a challenge. Second thing you have to do is you have to take the cue card as a storytelling time.
okay.
You
Okay.
can't give a lecture because for that we have to become an expert. But we can always tell stories. To describe a historical place where you went for a visit, what the place was.
Or somewhere other place which we have visited in past, and this kind of things we have to describe. So
No, no, no. What you have to do is make it a story. Where will you
okay.
start
Yeah,
from?
I got it, sir. I got it. That.
Um, so see, more, I will tell you just a little bit in detail because other students also have the same issue. So see,
Okay.
normally a
Okay.
student will start from the historical place that I visited. I would like to talk about is Powergad, a very long way of start. Or some student may start, there are lots of historical places in my country near my home, and a lot of visitors come to visit that place, and there are many world famous historical places in India, but after that, after saying the place and all, gone. Are you getting my point? What
Yes, sir.
would
Yes,
be the
sir.
right way of starting? Start from where your journey began.
Okay. Okay.
It so happened last summer that we were wandering, twiddling our thumbs, and thinking of what to do in the summer vacations, when suddenly an idea came to my grandmother's mind that why not we should go to a place of historical interest like the Kumbhalgarh fort, and everybody jumped with joy. Now see, now the idiomatic expression and everything is coming because you are telling a story.
Right. Right. So,
Right? Now, what is
mm,
funny about the story is that you can put one story into another story. There will never be a lack of content,
right, sir. Right. Sir.
right? And your cue card points will also be covered. If you're all afraid that, oh, if I do that, my cue card points won't be covered, then initially, in short, say everything, then continue with the story and elaborate it.
Sir.
Are you getting it?
Yes, sir. Yes, of course.
So that is the best way to tackle your cue card and the content. Same thing you have to do in part 3 of the speaking test. Okay, what you'll have to
Okay.
do is become like a professor, the attitude of a professor. And don't consider the evaluator to somebody higher than you. Consider that person to be lower than you. And when the question is asked, you give an answer with full explanation. Why do people in India love ice creams? If as a professor I have to answer this, how will I answer this? It so happened that ice cream is not native to India. It came to India from China. Now Indian people love sweets. and they are always experimenting with different sorts of sweets. If you take, for example, jalebi, we have so many different types of jalebis. In some places, you will find imatis. At other places, you have big jalebis as big as a big dish. And at other places, you have a different flavor of jalebis altogether. In the same way, when Indians they heard about ice cream, they started experimenting and producing their own variant of ice cream, which was a bit more,
Variant flavor of ice cream.
yes, which was a bit more smoother and tastier, and which had a lot of things inside it, and they did not put eggs. And that's why most of the Indians started eating ice creams even on their fast days when they have some religious fast or something, because it had no eggs, so they started eating ice cream. That's why most of the Indian people you will see on the street that they are ready to grab an ice cream at any time of the day, not only as desserts. Jay, got it?
Yes, sir.
How
Totally.
much content is there? Unlimited content. So speaking mainly depends upon your attitude. Part one, your attitude is you are into a friendly conversation. Part two, your attitude is your story time. You're telling the story, nobody is going to disturb you for 2 minutes. Right?
Right.
Part three, your
Right.
attitude is you are like a professor or an expert, giving expert answers, going deep into the cause of causes and effects. Okay? And you will
Okay.
manage it. That is what all command over the language. Right? So guys,
Right.
I think we have done with the timings for today's webinar. Any more questions? Please shoot.
No, sir.
Okay. So for these individual things in IELTS, the modules, as most people call them, we'll have many more webinars coming. Right? We'll one day focus only on the speaking part. For next webinar is focusing only on the speaking part. So at that time, I'll be able to tell you more about how to master IELTS speaking. Okay, so join at that time. We'll take an actual speaking topic and we'll also do role playing, and then you can learn a lot out of that webinar also. Right? So thank you for being with me. Thank you for being such wonderful participants. Right? Catch up with you next Saturday. Right? Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.